gladly send you the recording after. All right. Okay, so let's hop into what we're going to discuss today. So as I mentioned, we are talking ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a AI content generation and text generation tool. It is a free tool at the moment, so it's a really good time to get into it and to sort of learn the ropes. And then if in the future they do decide to charge for it, you can then make an informed decision whether or not you'd like to keep it, or if you'd like to pay for it or not at all. So there are other tools out there that do something similar, and I have played with just about every single one of them. This one to me works really, really well, and it's extremely responsive, and it feels more like a chat as opposed to just a command and a response from that command. Okay, so what we're covering today is setting up a ChatGPT account. I'm not going to go into the exact how to set it up. Pretty simple. I'll show you the URL you can use, and then you're going to sign in and sign up either with your Google account or with an email and a password that you can create. Sorry, I just want to check if everyone is on mute. So if you wouldn't mind just muting yourself, I'm getting some feedback on the video, and we'll open up the microphones if you guys are getting some questions towards the end. All right, so cost, free for now. Right now, as far as we know, most people have, when you start out, you get about a credit of about $18 number of credits. And I mean, a credit is a specific portion of that $18. So it's like a 0.0 whatever cents per credit. And a credit is an output. So right now, everyone's getting about $18 free. And I mean, I've been using this since December. I've been testing it. I've been playing with it. I've been putting quite a lot of content through it just to see what I can generate. And I haven't quite hit close to the $18 yet. So it gives you a picture of the sort of output that you can expect when using it. Anything else? Capabilities. So capabilities in the real estate context, for me, what I see the greatest opportunities for you as a practitioner are scripts. So these are emails, Facebook ads, listing descriptions, ideas, viral posts, bios, even review responses. So let's say someone reviews you via email or someone reviews you on Google, and maybe you're not quite sure what to respond to the person, how to respond. You can plug in that review, basically copy and paste it from your Google listing, put it into ChatGPT and ask it for something, that's professional and maybe has specific keywords that you want to appear for in your response, and it'll spit out a very usable and practical script for you to use in your own business. So it has many applications. I've used it for coding, for specific like HTML, JavaScript, and it works a treat. I've also used it to create spreadsheets. So it can apply to just about anything. But for me, in terms of real estate, these are the things from a marketing perspective I think are the most powerful and the most useful for you. Then we're going to look at what you should not use it for. So this is not Google. It's not a replacement for Google. So please don't use it as you would use Google normally. It's designed to give you text outputs based on commands and questions and a conversation that you have with the chatbot. So it has, just a caveat, it's read the internet up until at the end of 2021. So anything that happened in 2022 and beyond, it doesn't know yet. This is ChatGPT 3. They are in development with ChatGPT 4. And I saw a stat last week that ChatGPT 3 has seen, in terms of its actual, what it's consumed so far, is over about 9 billion different web pages across the internet. And I think ChatGPT 4, in terms of content and information, will have the capacity of over 1 trillion. So it's showing you that there is massive development in this space, and we can only expect this thing to get better, faster, stronger, and more refined as time goes by. I mean, that's like the equivalent of Model T Ford and a modern Porsche today, within that space of time. So it's literally a leap year ahead of what it will be, what we're seeing today, to what we'll see maybe in a few months, based on the next part of the development of this process. Then what you should use it for. So I say, in my opinion, text generation and ideation. So coming up with ideas around stuff that you want to create, and maybe you've got writer's block, maybe you're not seeing the wood from the trees in terms of your own marketing angles. So try it and use it for those purposes. Like I said, it's not a chatbot. I mean, it's not a Google replacement. So don't think that you're going to find answers, Google answers here. And some of the answers that you will get will be factually correct. Other ones will be a little bit of a creative side to it. Sometimes it makes up an answer based on the input that you give it. So just obviously use your brain if you're going to use any of the content. So this is not, again, a replacement for you and your own thinking. It is a way to aid and facilitate and make your job a lot easier, more streamlined, and a little bit quicker when you create content. So conversations, ask and refine questions. I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is a conversational chatbot. It's not like Google would be really one-way traffic. You put a command into Google based on a question that you've got, and you get a bunch of search results that are relevant to your search query. This is about a conversation. So you can ask it to refine its answer or take out specific parts of the answer that it provides to you and say, please expand on these points, or rewrite this into, for example, a bullet point, checklist, or whatever you want to do with it. And I'll show you how to do that too. Then we're going to also cover how to ask questions. So good ways to ask questions and the not so good way. No wrong answer, no wrong way to ask a question. There are just better ways to get better outputs that I've seen. Refining questions and commands, as I mentioned. And then we're going to go through two specific workflows. A marketing assistant. So you may already have a marketing team in your business. You may not have access to any marketing professional in your business. This is a way to complement or to help you create new angles for business plans, marketing strategies, listing descriptions, as I mentioned, or anything else that you'd like to create content around. You can use this as a way to actually help you speed up what would normally maybe take a week into a matter of minutes. And that's exactly what we're going to cover today and how to do that. And then the last one is listing scripts. This is something that I think most property professionals are used to doing. You may have a specific style that you use, but again, doing the same thing over and over, even though you get unique properties, it can become a bit of a repetitive process sometimes. So maybe you want to add a bit of colorful flair to your listing descriptions, and I'm going to show you how to do that with a specific script that I've got that I've seen works really nicely for your listing descriptions. So before we hop into the tool, I want to just take you back to New Year's Day, 2023. I was thinking in the morning, okay, well, what am I going to create on my business page, a post for New Year's Day? So I asked ChatGPT for some ideas, like what can I create? My market is real estate agents. What can I create that may be, fun and engaging post for Facebook? So it gave me a couple of ideas, and the one that it gave me that I used was New Year's resolutions for real estate agents. So basically, resolutions that real estate agents should have into 2023. And I want to show you what it's done. So before I go into the tool, I'm going to go into my Facebook page, and you may have seen this post. I'm not too sure if you've seen this. So I did share this on my personal page. So if you are friends, you may have seen this too. So I just created a bit of text around this. So Happy New Year. As we kick off 2023, some funny resolutions we can all relate to. So I created these using ChatGPT. I just listed a few here that I thought were quite nice. And then here, I just took these scripts and I put them into Canva, and it took me all of 10 minutes to create. Now, the result of this has actually been pretty phenomenal, in my opinion. What you can see here, if you scroll down, is the number of reactions this post received. I did boost it. I spent 100 Rand over 2 days. I boosted it on the 1st and the 2nd of January, just to see the kind of reach and the kind of reaction that it would generate, just with a bit of budget behind it. So if you go into the actual insights on this post, you can see these impressions and the engagements are pretty massive. And if we go into the further insights here, we can see, breakdown of, how many likes and different reactions that we received, how many shares and other clicks across the post. And then also from a business branding and building perspective, it did help generate, I think it was about 15 or 16 or 17 new page followers from this post alone. So I would say, 100 Rand in, most people can afford it, and not really bad results, in my opinion, at all. I mean, nobody hated this at all. So I think everyone kind of saw the funny side of it and they enjoyed it for what it was supposed to be for. Okay, so with that covered, I'm going to take us into the chatbot now. So I'm going to go into ChatGPT. So you may have seen this shared across Facebook. So this maybe doesn't look so alien to you. The web address is chat.openai.com/chat. So what you would do, as I said, you would need to create an account with OpenAI, and then you would use this URL to log into this specific tool. They have a number of tools, but this is the one that we're covering today, ChatGPT. All right, so you can read these of what it can do, its capabilities, and its limitations. So you can see here, it doesn't know anything after 2021. So don't try and ask it information that relates to 2022 and beyond, because it doesn't know any of the internet beyond that point. One of the cool things that I like about this tool specifically is you can see there's a new chat that I can start now. So this is where I'm in. I'm in a new chat. I haven't given any commands. But what it does do is it gives you a history, a workflow, like a chat forward and back that you've had with this bot in one specific place. So what you could always do is you can have one workflow for your listing descriptions. You can have one workflow, for example, your marketing assistant, and anything else that you're trying to do. And the best part of this is that it actually remembers exactly what you provided in the beginning and throughout that post. So it's got a memory of what it's provided to you in terms of its output as well as your inputs. And the beauty of using it that way is that you can actually use it to nail down and properly refine exactly what it is that you're trying to achieve. And if you don't like the output, you can ask it to rephrase. You can ask it to give it to you in a bullet format. For example, it might have just given you a big wall of text. Maybe you want to break it down into 10 bullet points, and it will do that for you within reason, obviously. So the one thing with ChatGPT, because it's now so popular, its servers are sometimes a little bit delayed, and sometimes you might not be able to access it. What I found is the mornings in South Africa, up until about this time, the server is okay. So you should be able to use it, but anything in the evenings and the early mornings, you might struggle just because of the vast amount of people using it and occupying the server. So what I always do is I just refresh this. So let's hope this holds. And it looks like it did. As long as it loads here, fantastic. Okay, so we can use it now. So I did a quick test this morning, and I'm going to show you how we input a command into this. And then what we're going to go into is the marketing assistant, using the example of property funnels, and then listing descriptions, detailed and not so detailed inputs. So I was looking at all the back to school things, and I thought, well, you know, what can we write that is related to an event happening today? So I just did this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this a new chat rather than go through that again. And I want to see the outputs that it provides to me. See, so it's giving me an exceptionally high demand, but it's still accessible, which is great. So this is the command that I provided to it. Let's just write that out there. So I just asked it, write a motivational back to school Facebook post for my Facebook business page. I'm a real estate agent in Waterkloof, Pretoria. Please include a natural reference to real estate in the post. That's it. So what could you write today on your Facebook business page? Because people are going back to school. So back to school season is here. As students head back to the classroom, it's a great time for parents to think about upgrading to a bigger home or moving into a neighborhood with a better school district. As a real estate agent in Waterkloof, Pretoria, I'm here to help you find the perfect home for your family's needs. Whether you're looking for a starter home or forever home, I can help you make it happen. Let's make this school here the best one by finding that perfect place to come home. Contact me today to get started. Not a bad output if you ask me. I mean, this took literally 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So what I'm going to ask it to do now is I'm going to say, well, maybe I want to use this on Instagram, right? And Facebook. So let's say, please generate some hashtags that can go with this post. So I'm just going to say, please generate, let's say make a specific number, 5 hashtags to accompany this post. And you can see it's going to spit out some hashtags for you. So realtor for education might not be as South African as we'd like it to be. So you would probably say real estate agent or property practitioner for education, but obviously you've got to look at what's popular. So back to real estate, new home, new school here, real estate. It's picking up the information that I've provided to it here and making it relevant in its output at the bottom. So I think from just to save you the time and the thought process, this is a really great resource that you can actually use in your business day to day if you're struggling for ideas of things that you can create. So what I want to go into now is the marketing assistant. So I'm going to go back into the one that I've created, and I want to walk you through what it gave me. So remember I mentioned that I said, look, you can provide input that is like really short and concise, not a lot of detail, or you can ask it to almost play a role and provided with a lot more information and context as to what you're trying to achieve. So that's exactly what I've done here. So I'm speaking to this chatbot as if it's almost like a real person, as if it's an advisor, a freelance writer, a marketing person, a colleague, so that it feels more human to me. And it also kind of takes on that role when you provide it with a role. So I was quite specific in this output. And I said, look, I want you to act as an advertiser. You will create a campaign to promote a product or service of your choice. You will choose a target audience, develop key messages and slogans, select the media channels for promotion, and decide on any additional activities needed to reach your goals. And this is now where I'm going to give it the prompt of what I wanted to create around this prompt. So my first suggestion is I need help creating an advertising campaign to promote my real estate marketing CRM for property funnels that helps real estate professionals with lead generation, follow-up, and database management. And look at what it spits out here. So I'd be happy to create an advertising campaign, target audience, real estate professionals, including agents, brokers, and teams. And then I like this, small to medium-sized real estate companies. Notice that I never mentioned real estate companies. I only made reference to real estate professionals, but it used a little bit of a lateral approach, and it gave me an extra target market that maybe I wasn't thinking about. So in the context of real estate, you might say, for example, I need help creating an advertising campaign around my services in this area, and it will provide, a target audience, business professionals, expats, people that are hopeful of ESCOM. Whatever the case may be, it will come up with creative solutions and ideas that you can use as ways to test your campaigns and to further refine your marketing message. So key messages. So basically, what do they need to know about the product or service that I'm promoting? So these are, to me, they're not fantastic. I could always ask it to elaborate further, expand on these key messages, but meaning they're not terrible. So it can help you generate more leads, manage your leads and stay organized, save time, and then streamline lead gen and database management. So not terrible based on a little bit of information that I've provided to it here. What I quite liked are the ideas around, the slogans are great, not so bad, but the media channels and the additional activities. So I like the idea that it provided, more than just, here's what you should say and who you should say it to, and said, well, this is where you should put your content based on the target market that you're trying to reach. So Google and Facebook ads, that makes perfect sense to me. LinkedIn, and then I liked the local networking events and real estate meetups. That's quite nice. I didn't think it would go that far, but it gave me 4 ideas of places where the channels would make sense for this specific product or service. And then what I liked more of here was the additional activities, other things I could do, and create a landing page with a demo video. That's a good idea. Email marketing campaign, would have done that already. Create a referral program for current users to bring in new clients. That is fantastic. Yes, in the back of my mind, I know referral programs work, but it probably wasn't going to be something that would be top of mind in my own mind. So this is a really nice way of actually thinking, well, what can I do as a referral program from existing clients to bring in new clients? And that's like a really nice way that it's actually expanded on the point and helped me think of other things. And as I've mentioned, ideation, creating more ideas, a little bit more brain power, sometimes than I'm capable of doing while I'm sitting at my desk. And I'm in my own business, and it's a bit difficult to sometimes think about from a wider perspective. And then obviously hosting webinars and workshops like what we're doing today, a really nice idea. And then what I said, okay, well, also it signs off quite nicely. So, it gives you a bit more of an expanded answer. So, we can always adjust the campaign, budget and audience. Do you have any more questions? See, so it's prompting you, is there anything else it can help you with based on the input that we have here? So I just said, perfect. What would you suggest the headline hook and sub-headline to be for the landing page? Because remember, it told me I can create a landing page. So I thought, okay, well, how far can I push this? What can I get you to give me in terms of a hook headline and a sub-headline for property funnels and what it does? And it did exactly that. So it expanded on the actual, prefaced the answer with what it should do, emphasize key benefits, transform your lead generation, follow up with property funnels, and the subheadline suggests something and provides more detail on what the product does. A powerful CRM system streamlines your sales process and helps you stay organized and focus on closing more deals. And then again, it expands again a little bit further just to provide you with more context of what it should be doing in terms of a headline and a subheadline. So then I thought, okay, well, this isn't terrible, but maybe, you know, can you give me 10 different headlines and subheadlines I can test? Notice I'm asking, I want to test things here. So maybe the first one that it gives me falls completely flat. And now I've created Canva posts, Canva artwork, and I've created Facebook posts. And this simply did not hit the mark on the target market. So what I would want to do is I would run multiple ads, test all those ads to see which ones actually hit the target market head on, because my objective here is to sell a service, sell a product. So it gave me 10 different headline, hook, and subheadline options for the landing page. So revolutionize lead generation, say goodbye to cluttered spreadsheets. This is lovely. Skyrocket your sales. I mean, this is really colorful language. It's alliteration too, so it's really nice off the tongue. And then, powerful CRM, again, power word, generate more leads, stay organized. And it spits out 10 different headlines and subheadlines, and a very easy way for me to literally just go like this, copy, paste, refine, and post onto a landing page. So it just says, keep these examples are, adjust them to fit your business better. But the nice thing here is that this took me all of 20 seconds to do. It literally took me basically no time, and I can do this, but this is going to take me a day to do. Whereas if I don't have a day amount of time, and we don't have time anymore, we have to get things out fast. There is a production line in content, and the more you can produce, the more you're seen, the more attention you generate, and therefore the more business that you hopefully attract to yourself. So if you want to ask a specific question around this input and output, you may either do that in the chat, or if you want to switch on your microphone to ask a question. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to the listing scripts. And then once we're done with the listing scripts, we're going to have time for some extra Q&A if you want to do that. So is there anybody that has a question here? Okay, great. No one has a question. All right. So let's go into listing descriptions. Now, you're a real estate agent. If you've been doing this for 10 years, if you've been doing this for 5 years, you've likely created a lot of listing descriptions in your time. And like I said in the preface to this presentation was, you have a specific style. What we tend to see a lot on the property portals is a lot of focus on the features of a property. This is the price, this is the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, this is where it's located, and maybe some of the features of the property. It's got a jacuzzi, a big garden, undercover parking, if it's an apartment, whatever it may be. I mean, you know the deal. Sometimes when you have to now have a full day of meeting clients, lead generation, going out to the office, meeting with sales teams, doing all the stuff and the administrative stuff that comes with your job, maybe you only get home at 10 p.m. at night, and creative juices are low sometimes at 10 p.m. at night, and you sit there. Now you've got to create a listing presentation because this thing needs to hit the portals in the morning. So you basically almost rehash maybe what you know to do, but coming up with any sort of creative language, any emotional language, can be a bit of a challenge. So what I wanted to show you was a less descriptive input. So basically a less descriptive command. So I'm going to show you that one first, and then I'm going to show you the difference between a listing script that has more detail in the actual command. So all I did here is I said, write a property listing script for 3-bedroom apartment flat for sale in Morningside Manor, priced at 1.649 million. And that's all the information I've given it. So this was a property that I found on Prop24, and the listing the script that it provided to me was pretty much on par with what I saw on the portal. So nothing fantastic, nothing really earth-shattering, nothing bad, but nothing really different, and that stands apart and really makes this listing truly shine. So it gave me this output. Now read it to you. So attention all buyers. Are you in the market for a spacious and stylish 3-bedroom apartment in Morningside Manor? Look no further. We're excited to present the stunning 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment. Again, this might be completely incorrect. So like I said, don't just copy paste. Always use your brain. I mean, if there's only one bathroom, then don't put in 2 bathrooms because your seller will probably be quite irritated with you. Located in a highly sought after Morningside Manor, Boasting an open plan layout, this property offers perfect space for entertainment and relaxation. Modern kitchen is fully fitted, top of the range appliances, ample cabinetry, bedrooms, etc. You can read a little bit more of this and then don't miss out to own this gorgeous apartment. There's a little bit of color, nothing really over the top, nothing really unique. So I was thinking, well, how can your person make this even better? And people buy with two things in mind sometimes. Most buyers, especially if it's a person buying to own, will look at the logic, so features, price, location, all the sort of logical things in the brain, but they also make a buying decision based on the emotional triggers. So they don't just buy always with their brain, they do buy with emotion, whether that's the listing description, the images that you use, the videos, all of that adds up to create and evoke an emotional response in your perfect buyer. So this command has no context. So I'm not telling ChatGPT, where this listing script will appear. This could be Facebook, could be a property portal, could be an email. So the channel is important to also tell your chatbot where this is going to appear. And the context of appearing here means these are the probable people that are going to see it. So these are their motivations. So your motivation is different from Prop24 versus Facebook. Prop24 very much an active searcher going onto a portal and actually putting in their criteria in terms of price, location, and features, or all the different stuff that they're looking for in a property, versus Facebook, which is interruption marketing. No one was asking to receive an ad in their feed. It happened because of an interest and algorithmic phenomenon that is Facebook. So the context of where this is going to appear is important to tell your chatbot. So let me take you into the next one. So I want to show you, this is literally about 20 words, give or take, with not a lot of information in terms of what this property contains. And I'm going to go into the more detailed questioning here. So this prompt is trying to evoke a logical and an emotional response from a potential buyer. So I'll read you my prompt, and then you can see the way it's actually changed the script to match what I wanted it to match. So again, I'm speaking to it as if it's a marketing assistant, it's a freelance advertiser, somebody that I can confide in and it's going to help me produce something that's really world-class and really good. So I said, look, I want you to be my marketing assistant copywriter. So I'm giving it context. This is the role I want you to play. Bear in mind, I don't want you to be my financial advisor. I don't want you to be my principal. I don't want you to be my wife. I want you to be my marketing assistant and copywriter. So context of who I want you to play. This is the role play we're doing. So almost like the marketing assistant, you will help me write property advertising scripts in AIDA, PAS, before and after bridge, and other copywriting frameworks. So bear in mind, AIDA is not the brand. It's not the real estate brand. It stands for attention, information, desire, and action. It's a framework for copywriting. PAS is pain, agitate, solution, and before and after bridge is another one, which is basically, this is what your life was like before. This is like what your life will be like in the future after you get what it is that we're selling. And again, these can be applied to service and products. So you can use this in any context. But again, I've told it, I want you to be a copywriter. These are the frameworks I'd like you to explore. And then the listing scripts, I'm giving it context. Where are these listing scripts appearing? They will be used on a property portal, which means most of the people reading them will be actively searching for a property to buy. So again, I'm saying these are active buyers. So it's important that this stands out from everything else that they're reading online or on the portal. So I said, I want you to help me create scripts that highlight all the main selling points of the property. So basically the logical things that a buyer response has, like, bedroom, bathroom, location, etc., price, and target the emotional triggers of potential buyers. So what is it that's going to move someone to get excited, to get emotionally attached to this, so that even if the logical doesn't make perfect sense to them or doesn't meet all their logical requirements, maybe the emotional triggers will be enough to help them make a buying decision and inquire on that property. So again, the first property is, and it's exactly the same command that I provided in the less descriptive command. So it's still the 3-bedroom apartment in Morningside Manor for that price. So again, it's going to say, okay, well, I'm happy to help you. And then these are the frameworks that we're going to use. And it's going to choose, it says to write a script that highlights the main selling points of the property and tugs at the emotional triggers of potential buyers, you might use the AIDA structure, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So basically, it's telling me this is the framework we're going to use. And then if I don't like this framework or its output, I can say, oh, well, maybe try the PAS, try the before-after bridge, or try anything else in terms of a structure that I'd like a repetitive structure. And then it says, okay, well, here's an example for the 3-bedroom apartment. Now watch this. It breaks it up: attention, interest, desire, and action. So obviously, if you're going to use this, remove attention, interest, desire in the actual script that you put onto the portal. I hope that goes without saying. But look at what it's done. And I think this is worth reading. Are you looking for a spacious modern apartment in a sought-after neighborhood? Yes or no? Interest. Introducing a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in a sought-after Morningside manner. With a sleek, modern design and high-end finishes throughout, this apartment is the epitome of luxury living. Notice I didn't really say anything about luxury. It's an apartment, it's a flat, Morningside manner. But again, this is emotional language. We all have a desire to feel important. We all have a desire to think that we are part of a luxury class of people, and we all have ego. So this plays into that emotional response that people have to feel important and to feel seen in their daily lives. The spacious open plan living area flows seamlessly onto a large balcony, perfect for entertaining guests or relaxing with a cup of coffee. Now, to me, that's lovely. I mean, it's night and day from the previous one, which was just saying maybe there's a balcony. This one's telling us what you can do on that balcony, entertaining guests, or after a long day, relaxing with a cup of coffee, maybe overlooking a landmark. So again, you can inject a little bit more to this to make it even, sing a little bit louder and really create that more colorful description of this property and something that your seller would really be happy for you to market. The desire. So basically, we've got their attention, we've got some interest from them. How are we going to create something that's desirable for our reader? So the desire, to me, is really nice because it's painting a picture for someone. It's saying, imagine waking up in the morning. Imagine is an emotional, it's emotional language. We don't say to people, imagine, unless we want them to generate an emotional response to buying a product or investing in a service. I just want to see who's asking. Okay, yes, Tess, it's fantastic. So imagine waking up in the morning to the sound of birds singing and the sun streaming through the windows. Now, to me, that's, again, it's all about pictures, and we sell in pictures. Real estate, as a fortunate thing for you, is you sell with pictures, you sell with images, and emotional triggers come as a result of those pictures. You don't use sunsets just because they're pretty, you use sunsets because they're effective. Picture yourself, again, part of the imagine, picture yourself entertaining friends and family in your stylish new apartment, or relaxing on your private balcony after a long day. This is the lifestyle you deserve. Now, to me, again, it's talking directly to your buyer, it's talking to your reader. It's saying you deserve this lifestyle. Well, what is a lifestyle? A luxury lifestyle. This is perfect for you because this is who you want to be and you deserve this. Again, this is night and day compared to the first one because I'm asking it to give me an emotional language and not just the logical bedroom, bathroom, location, price. Action. So what do you want people to do? So don't miss out on this opportunity to own a piece of Morningside Manor with the price tag of this amount of money. This apartment is sure to go fast. So there's a bit of FOMO, there's a bit of urgency. This won't be on the market for long. So maybe, pushing that person that they've got that emotional response. Yes, I deserve this lifestyle. That's the price. Maybe a little bit high for me, or it's perfectly priced. It's sure to go fast. So maybe if it is sure to go fast, I should actually put an inquiry in there and, contact the agent, hopefully. And then contact us now to schedule a viewing and experience the luxury for yourself. So I don't know if you've got any inputs or questions. And this is where I wanted to stop this presentation because I think combined with a service marketing assistant and listing descriptions, and then obviously I showed you how to use it from a social media perspective. I don't want to go over too far in terms of your own availability of your time. So I thought, let me stop it here. And if you'd like to come on Zoom with your voice or type it in the chat, if there's any specific questions you'd like to ask. I see we've got some chats here. Alta, it's fantastic. I know. I hope you guys do use this. Does anybody have any questions? remember, we're all learning. So there are no stupid questions. There's no wrong questions here. This stuff is brand new technology, and most of you have either seen it and never used it, or maybe you've played with it. I mean, I'm pretty new to this specific application. I've been using some of the software that's like this for a while, just to really get a feel for it and to really try and, up the game. But is there anything else you guys have questions around? Super awesome. Looking forward to trying. Mike, writing blogs, I'm sure that's what you mean. Absolutely. So I don't use it as a replacement for blog writing, because I still like to put personality in writing. But you can use this as an outline. So if you say, for example, I want to create a blog. So let's do that. So let's create a blog here. So I want you to create a blog outline for what's something that we can ask it to do here. So what's our blog about? Maybe a blog outline for how to sell. Let's just do that. How to sell your home. Something simple. Again, you can be a little bit more specific. Let's just see what else is asked here. So let's do that. Let's see what it gives us. So Mike, to answer your question, you can see in real time. Introduction, explanation of importance of selling your home, overview of the topics that will be covered in the blog, preparing your home for sale, setting the right price, marketing your home. So this is all talking to your potential seller, but it's helping you create some sub-headlines based on what your main is. So someone searches in Google how to sell my house, your H2s, your secondary headlines will be preparing your home for sale, setting the right price, marketing your home, handling offers and negotiations, closing the sale, conclusion. Again, and then you could, for example, maybe I don't see anything. There's something with working with real estate agents. So let's just do this. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to say expand on this point. And I'm just going to give it a colon and paste in what it gave me. And then just give it a second. I think the server is quite busy. So let's just see if it gives me an output. It is thinking. So if it fails, you can just refresh and hopefully it keeps this question. But as you can see, this is going to save you a ton of time. I'm going to give it a shot. And then alter from creating flyers, absolutely. You can basically, if you want to have some content on your flyers, you can use this and you can say that this is a flyer. I've got so many words I had to use. For example, the printer might say, look, you have 100 words or 100 characters or whatever the case may be. Please try to keep it within that amount of text. And then you can ask your ChatGPT, look, I've got this property I'm trying to sell. It's for a flyer. Please create a listing description in this format for and this amount of characters. You can do that. And obviously, if it goes over that character count, you can ask it to refine. You can say, please, keep within the word count, keep within the character count. It's a really smart application. So, and I don't know, I treat this a little bit like a human being. So I always say thank you, and I say please a lot. And I think it's just because of the nature of the way it's built. It's not like I said, it's not like Google where you would just put a command and you get a result. This is kind of like a conversational flow that you would have with an advisor, with a person, or with, I suppose a representative that can help you in your work. So Tess, yeah, you've been sitting at 2 in the morning on content. I told you this is going to be amazing for you. Catherine, you can sign up. It's free. You don't need us to see error code. It persists. So basically, I think it just timed out. Let's refresh. There is a lot of demand on the server. So it's getting into that time of the day where a lot of the overseas market is probably waking up and using it. So you will encounter this from time to time. But you don't need any special software to install this. You just need to sign up, create an account on OpenAI. Like I say, either use your Google account or use your email and password, and you'll be able to create an account here. Any other questions? Anything that you guys have want to see more of?
Dave.
Trevor, how's it?
Thanks, buddy. So I'm sick of typing. Sorry. I've done so much typing today. You good?
I'm well.
Yeah, very happy birthday for yesterday. I hope you had a great day.
I did. It was insane. So
Dave, you can sign up on it. Like, I know, like for some people it's a lot, but obviously this technology is going to change and improve and etc. So you can sign up once off at $900, because they do have different ways of doing it, and they're saying if you want to sign up for the more advanced, which they always do, 100 Rand a week this week. But if you sign up at 900 Rand, then it's lifetime membership. So I'm just saying it is something that I don't know if the difference between the paid version or the free version, if there's any difference in content.
So no, I think it's a great point. And I mean, I think for the average user that's starting today, this is a good place to just test the water and see what you get.
Yeah.
It's just like get that question and answer refinement. But you can, and I think like the paid ones are really more also to do with people that are using the API. So if you want to plug this into another application, and I've seen people use this in chatbots so that you've got access directly into an API, so that it feels more natural as a human answer. Somebody asking a question, you can use this to plug into other applications. So this is something we're actually looking at in our own CRM in terms of integrating this in content generation for your landing pages, your emails, your text, etc. So it is all in development, but yeah, I think you can do that, or you can just try it for free and just see where it goes. But a good point.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys? Otherwise, I'm going to call it a day. I don't want to keep you too long. Could you share a link, either an app or is there a website you can go to? So Stefan, I'm just going to share this in the chat. You would have to sign up through OpenAI. It's not always easy if you go straight to their own website, like where this part of the application sits. So this is the easiest way to access it. You would create an account with OpenAI, and then you would just use that URL to log into this specific point. And then I think just bookmark it, so it's easy for you to find it.
Perfect.
Yeah, they have capacity. So like I say, if you're going to try and sign up and you can't get in, or you want to use it, try it like 8 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning. It's a good time generally that I've seen. Look, in December, it was open until January hit and everybody knew about it. All the big marketers in the world started pushing this. Now everyone's here. So it's going quite strong. Thanks so much, Alta. Thanks, Stefan.
Thanks.
Thanks, Renita. All right, guys, I'm going to send the recording off to you guys once it's done its thing. And then we will, if you've got any questions, let me know. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you.
Cheers, man. Bye.